Hello, friends. Today is Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. This is the first Yom HaShoah in history during which we will not gather to commemorate. There are commemorations happening online, and they will be available to be viewed live or as recordings on our website. If your children are old enough, please sit down together and view one of them. As I mentioned during the last Shabbat evening service, these elder survivors have something to say to us today. Most of them are near the end of their lives. We are the last generation that will be witnesses to their live testimony. My own father-in-law, Eliyahu Lieberman, may his memory be a blessing, came from a large family in Poland and was conscripted into the Soviet army at age 17. He was the sole survivor of his entire family. He emigrated to Israel, fought in 2 wars, raised 3 daughters, and died in his late 80s of natural causes. I had a chance to sit with him and talk with him about his experiences during the war and the profundity of his loss. My mother-in-law, Chaya Mazursky, may her memory be a blessing, was also born and raised in Poland. The Russian army arrived at her village about 20 minutes before the Nazis. The Russian officer told Chaya's parents that they had 15 minutes to get whatever they could carry and be on a truck heading east before the battle began. Chaya's father, Yitzchak, began collecting the silver Shabbat candlesticks and other large family heirlooms. His wife Slova told him to put all of that down and put as many coats as possible on their daughter Chaya and her brothers. She and Yitzchak went into the food cellar and brought up bushels of potatoes. She put a potato in every pocket of every jacket each child was wearing. And then they gave each child as many potatoes as they could carry. Slova quickly sewed some of her smaller precious jewelry into the inside of her coat, and she and Yitzchak held as many bags of potatoes as they could carry. They jumped on the truck, and they were off on an epic journey. They traveled about 6,300 miles by truck, by ox cart, walking for days, and boarding trains whenever they could, when it was possible. When they arrived in freezing Siberia, they were taken to a work camp where people were working hard and being served nothing but watery soup and stale bread. When the Mazursky family arrived and were put into this camp surrounded by high barbed wire fences, the other inmates were overjoyed that they had a family arriving with so many potatoes. They said, "Let's build a fire and start roasting those juicy potatoes." Slova, who was a shade more than 5 feet tall, stepped in and said in a clear, loud voice, "Are any of you starving?" The inmates looked at one another, and one of them said, "No, we're not starving, but we are very hungry." Slova said, "We will make a modest dinner, and tomorrow, in the morning, we will plant the remainder of the potatoes in the ground." The inmates were not that happy that their feast had been canceled, but they begrudgingly went along. In the spring, when the Russian guards had no food at all left for the inmates, Slova Mazursky kept the whole camp alive on her precious potatoes until the war was over and they were released. This is a sacred story of my family. so many of us have stories like this. We Jews survived by our wits, our courage, and our remarkable resilience and resourcefulness. This is where we come from. This is in our DNA. The current coronavirus is a serious challenge to all of us. At this time, we need to remember who we are and where we come from. So I want to, again, remind you that we are posting some local events and some national events that are worth, I believe, will be worth viewing as a family. One of the events broadcast from the U.S. Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. Was already broadcast this morning, and you can look at a recording. We'll post the link on the website as well. On this Yom HaShoah, let us all witness some of the powerful testimonies of survivors who remind us that we have what it takes to move through our current challenge and move forward with our lives connected to blessing and gratitude. Ken Yeh Ratzon, so may it be. Amen. Stay safe and be well. Shalom uvracha. Peace and blessings.